Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Richard Yi. Today is October 31st, 2011. So, in the past week, I have actually been pretty busy with my midterms and schooling and all that, so I wasn't able to record a video. But now, since all my midterms are gone, and hopefully I'll be recording videos on a weekly basis. So, the first thing I want to talk about today is Greece debt problem. So as many of you already know, in the past week, European leaders proposed a plan to save Greece, which presumably will let the Greece creditors take a 50% haircut, meaning they will take 50% of the loss, and another 50% will be covered by those citizens of those rich nations. Although Greece government has not yet accepted the plan, but I mean it's not a bad plan after all. I mean obviously the most favorable plan to a libertarian point of view is to let all the creditors take the 100% of the losses, right? They made stupid investment. They shouldn't have loaned money to a government that's not sound. But nonetheless, taking a 50% haircut, I mean that's enough punishment for them. So I mean it's not a bad deal after all. However, the interesting thing is, although Greece has not yet accepted the plan, all those politicians, financial commentators, economists, their focus is either on will Greece accept this plan, or will those banks accept the 50% loss? And the funniest thing is, the Greece government is actually gonna hold a vote on deciding whether they're gonna accept this plan or not, because apparently some Greece people are thinking, this plan is not good at all. I mean, what? It's already good enough for people to be so merciful enough to actually bail you out, and I mean, what? It's already merciful for those rich nations like Germany, France, to give Greece money so that they can at least pay 50% of this that obligation off. But now the Greece people are saying, well, we don't want to pay, default 50%. I mean, this is just simply not good enough. We rage. I mean, for the rich nations, they don't have the obligation to bail out Greece. But since they already led Greece into the zero already, which they shouldn't have, that was a mistake. But you know, now the problem is discovered, they should have kicked Greece out from the zero zone, so at least they can maintain the stability of euro, right? But instead, they chose to bail out Greece, right? Give some money so you can satisfy 50% of the claim of your creditors. I mean, that's already really merciful. All those people in Germany, in France, I mean, they didn't enjoy the healthcare, the free healthcare or other welfare from the Greece government. They didn't, but they paid for it. I mean, what else are you going to demand from these people? So I think the whole thing about whether Greece government should accept the bailout plan or not is totally absurd. Even though Greece might well accept this bailout later on, but the real problem here is still not addressed, because remember, the problem of Greece debt crisis, is that Greece government is collecting less in revenue than it spends, right? So, you know, Greece government has to cut government spending, cut taxes and cut spending, so that its business can grow, and their economy can be strengthened later on. And later on, the higher taxes you can collect in the personal income tax or corporate tax, that would compensate the loss in cutting taxes in the ahead of time. But the thing is, none of those politicians or those economists are actually thinking what Greece is practically is going to do to help reduce its debt and help reduce its deficit in order to combat the problem. And none of them are thinking about that. This will eventually result in another potential default for the Greece government, because simply they're collecting less in revenue than it spends. And but the most important thing here is the Greece people are still in that kind of ideology that they're entitled to those services provided by the state. For instance, they think they're still entitled to a free healthcare. They think they're still entitled to a job. So here's my second part that I want to talk about today, which is, what is a right? I mean, Nowadays, I think we're confused by the states about what really is a right to us. I mean, the state is telling us we have the right to free healthcare, we have the right to education, free education. We have the right to this, we have the right to that. But what really is a right? Because only after we understand what a right is, can we distinguish whether a thing, a particular thing, is the right to us or is it not. So the standard definition of a right is that it's something that I can have and you can have it as well, just for the virtue of being human. For instance, I have the right to my life because by having my life, I'm not taking life away from you, and you can have your life as well, not taking life from me. And if I kill you for your life, that means I'm actually violating your right to a life, which is definitely something not acceptable as a human being. So, as from this particular example, we can see that a right is something that belongs to a person, just for the virtue of being human, and everyone can have it as well at the same time in the same way. Now, do we have the right to free healthcare? Well, can we all enjoy? Can 6 billion human beings on this planet all enjoy free healthcare at the same time in the same way? Well, obviously not, because we have to pay for it, right? Not definitely not everyone is entitled to free healthcare, you know, because free healthcare must be provided by the expense or somebody else, right? Nobody, for free healthcare, you need to hire a doctor, you need to build hospitals, you need to buy equipment, right? I mean, those cost money, and those money, they require labor to earn them, and those doctors and equipments, they require labor to build them as well. So by saying that 6 billion people are entitled to free healthcare, we're assuming that those, everything's are all the plants, all those doctors are trained, they're already there. So when 6 billion people are born to Earth, we can all go to the hospital if we wanted to and have the same healthcare service, which is obviously not true. If I want to have access to free healthcare, I mean, the government has to go rob somebody else, take their money, put it into the healthcare system, so that I personally can, go enjoy free healthcare, right? I mean, that's not a right to me. I don't have the right to rob somebody else, take their money, so I can have free healthcare. I mean, that's not a right. Can 6 billion people, just go robbing each other and take their money so that each other have free healthcare? No, because what's going to happen is if 6 billion people start robbing each other for money for healthcare, then obviously those 3 billion people will have free access to healthcare, and another 3 billion won't. So that's not a right. I mean, for the Greece people, they better come to an understanding that in order to have healthcare, they themselves have to earn it. They have to work hard and earn it, not based on robbing money from the Greece people. I mean, from the French and the Germans, and have them pay for your free healthcare. That's not the thing. That's not how this thing works. You gotta work hard. You gotta earn it yourself. That's it for today. Thank you guys for listening. I'll be vlogging again soon. Take care, guys. Bye.